Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're all well. Yeah, hi. So, it has been a while. Yeah, so I thought I'd do a video today. Not entirely sure how this is going to go, so bear with. Hopefully it's going to be okay. It's not going to be a shit show. But yeah, I was in the mood and I thought I'm going to do a video. I've got the opportunity, I've got the time. Let's get back on it and do it and stop swiveling. That would be a good start. So yeah, as I say, it's been a while. Last time I posted a video, I think was around about January of this year. So it's been, what is it now? Well, it's the end of August today, isn't it? So it's been 8 months, just under. So that's got to be a record. I think that's the longest I've ever gone without making a video on YouTube. And yeah, why have I not made videos? Well, I'm sure you're interested. You're watching this if you weren't. Yeah, well, at the time, let's go back a bit first of all. If you remember back in, I believe it was it May? I think it was May 2016. I posted a video when I basically was going through a bit of a rough patch and I just had enough of the whole retro gaming scene in terms of collecting, not in terms of playing, and just decided to sell everything that I had because it was really not a positive thing in my life at that stage. So if you've seen that video, I know a lot of you have, and yeah, it wasn't good. But I'm glad I made the video and I'm glad I did what I did, because after that video I did actually sell everything. So I actually pared down most of my systems, modern and retro, to the point where I only had a PS4 and a Wii. So I went right back. I was just not in a good place. Haven't been for a few years, and I think that was the culmination of everything. So anyway, moving on from that, I decided to take a break because I made a few videos after that video, and I never really felt like they really represented me in the way my videos used to represent me. And I think it was more that I was just stuck and didn't know what to do. And I talked about it in the video when I first made it, like, what am I going to do from here? Where am I going to go? I wasn't entirely sure. Obviously, I was still doing my other videos and Blu-ray videos, vinyl videos, etc. But at its core, this channel has always been about gaming, retro and modern, mostly retro, of course. But I like to, give it a representation of myself, and this channel is me, and so I like to just do anything and everything. But retro is what really built the channel in the first place. And I just felt after making those videos, and this is why I stopped in January, because I made that last vinyl video. I think it was the last video I put up, and I just weren't feeling it. I was putting these videos out, and it felt like I was just trying to find a reason to make videos, and I started to feel like I was getting a little bit detached from the retro community, because everybody was carrying on collecting and playing the retro games and the consoles and enjoying the whole scene, and everyone's going to the events and all of this, and I really felt like I was left out, as if I wasn't part of the group anymore, because I, voluntarily, of course, walked away, really. So it was just really difficult. I didn't know where I fit in on YouTube at that point, and I didn't really see what my future was going to be, if I was going to have a future, and did I even want to make videos. And honestly, in the last 8 months, I've had moments where I've just felt like, well, I'm not going to go back and do it. I think, I did it for, 2017 now, isn't it? So I made videos for 8 years, up until January this year. And I was thinking, well, 8 years is a good run. And to have even done anything for 8 years solid is pretty impressive. To make video content for YouTube is bloody hard work to do. So to maintain it for 8 years and not give up, I'm pretty proud of that. My channel did well. It's grown really well. It grew pretty quickly at the beginning. Thanks to all of you guys. And I know there are quite a few people who are still around who started watching me back in 2009. In fact, wasn't it August in 2009? So this is kind of full circle, being August 31st today. So yeah, anybody that's stuck with me for the last 8 years, congratulations first of all, and thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. And I've made some absolutely fantastic friends. I mean, true friends, not just like internet friends. All right, fair enough, I've only met 2 people in real life off the internet on the YouTube retro community, but 2 great people who were absolutely fantastic when I met them, and exactly what I expected, because they were the same as they are on camera. And I speak to a lot of other people on WhatsApp and Twitter and everything. So I've kept my hand in since I've been away. But I just felt like, what do I want to do? Do I want to make videos? If I'm going to make videos, what they're going to be about? I'm not gaming as much anymore. I planned the PS4, of course. I haven't really done much of that in the last, I don't know, Jesus Christ, what, 3-4 months? Yeah, it's got to be about that, 3.5-4 months, something like that. I'm not too sure. I'll explain why in a minute. And yeah, so I wasn't too sure what I was going to do, and I thought, well, I don't know. And obviously, my good friend Alex, Blutonic78 over in California, was always there prodding me and saying, when you're ready, Pete, come back. And other people kept saying, are you going to come back? And I kept getting the odd comment on my videos, just like, where are you? Are you coming back? Are there any new videos planned? People on Twitter as well. So it was really nice to know that there were people out there that actually were interested in what I was doing, where I was, how I was, if I was going to ever come back and continue with this YouTube thing. So anyway, I'm back. This is it now. This is my return to YouTube. And unlike previously, when I made that video in May and then continued to try and make videos up until January of this year, they were quite sporadic. I want to get back into the flow and make it the way my channel was when I started, what really got people interested in the channel. Whether it be my personality, I don't know. I assume that was what kept you hooked and made you subscribe and stay subscribed. But I also want to kind of simplify. I know I like to edit the videos. I got really into that, and I was doing a lot of overlays and transitions and music and all this. And you kind of just get away from you when you do that, because when you try something new, nice girl just jogged past. Sorry. When you try something new, you just want to really explore it. And at least I do. And when I try something new, I want to get the most out of it and learn as much as I possibly can about that particular thing. And so I was trying to learn different editing skills and different ways of doing things, and and maybe it's kind of got away from what my channel is. My channel has always been put the camera there, talk to it, upload it. And I got into the point of doing like color correction and doing transitions and adding music and overlays and stuff. Now, overlays can be really cool, of course, because being able to overlay a video is exceptionally helpful when you want to show something in more detail. So I will continue to add those to videos, but I want to kind of like just get back to the old like sort of vlog style, really. Just sit and have a chat with you guys, just like I was chatting with my mates in the bar. That's what's always been my thing with YouTube. So that's the plan. I want to get back to the way I was. I don't know how regular the videos will be, but they'll be more regular than they were prior to my leaving. Because as I say, I want to make it a proper, consistent return. Otherwise, what's the point? But I really want to start by saying thank you to everybody that's still subscribed to me. I still have over 4,000 subscribers, which, to be quite honest, is absolutely incredible. And just a pro tip, don't make videos in front of a window, because all you end up doing is looking out the bloody window like that. And I know Owen, the boss of 77, has a habit of doing that. But then again, his mind wanders. So yeah. Oh God, I knew this video wasn't going to be very good. I'm just sort of rambling. I just wanted to put the camera on really and just talk, and just whatever comes out, comes out. So good old British cup of tea, you can't beat it. Yorkshire tea as well, quality stuff. So yeah, so that's what happened. Made that video, tried to make a few more videos, realised it wasn't really working, walked away, felt like I'm not part of the community. Then I felt like I should just quit YouTube and just start fresh and just, adjust my life and get that on track and not really worry about making videos for the internet. But then it just felt like, is it not really fair, is it? Because I know I have to think about myself. That's more important than anything else. But I've got over 4,000 people that have subscribed to my channel. Now, of course, I don't have that many people watching my videos. You could probably say there's probably a core, maybe 1,000, maybe a little bit less, that watch my videos regularly. And I'm not saying all videos, but just, if they skip one or two, but they still continue to watch and they're interested in and interact in the comments, or just don't, even if you don't interact and you just watch the videos, I'm happy with that, as long as I'm entertaining you. So, yeah, I'm just grateful for anyone that actually wants to watch my videos, whether they subscribe or not. Is incredible. Yeah, so that's that. And so really what we need to talk about is where I am, because as you can see, the background is completely different to the way it used to be. And the reason for that, and the reason I haven't done hardly any gaming and I haven't made any YouTube videos besides all the stuff I've just told you about, the main reason is because I moved house. And that has been a long, long process. So I'm sure, most of us are of a certain age, you know what it's like when you're trying to move house. It can be a little bit stressful. And with the things I've gone through in the last couple of years, not sure it was, I wouldn't say it wasn't wise, because I'm glad I did it. It was the best thing. It was definitely the right decision. But yeah, adding that to mental health issues, it could be a lot more stressful. Luckily, I managed to get through it fairly unscathed, so that's good. But yeah, I'm very happy where I am. I've got a fantastic new place, new game room, as you can see. Not done yet. I've painted the walls and that's it. I've got to set everything up. So once everything's all ready to go, I'll show you what's going to happen. And of course, I just called it a game room, didn't I? So that's a kind of a hint for what's coming up shortly. Yeah. So yeah, I just needed to change. I needed to move and start over again. And it took a long time to say. Initially you've got to find somewhere first of all where you're going to live. When you find a place, you've got to sell your place, and it takes forever. And eventually, when everything was signed and sealed and we were ready to go, we then have to wait for the legal things to go through and all that. And it took so long this time because apparently there was like a boom in the market and there's loads of people moving at the same time. And so it took 14 bloody weeks to get here, which is a long time. So I've only been here about a month now. So it's still everything up in the air. I haven't unpacked the majority of my stuff. There's just stuff everywhere. I mean, there's literally boxes around me here, and it's great. But I'm very grateful, very happy. Everything's moving in the right direction. It's all positive, so that's what matters. Right, so all of that out of the way. Oh, that's so good. As I said, this is a game room, a man cave. I suppose like it was in the previous property, in my last house, it became an entertainment hub, and that's essentially what I'm going to do here. And I'm going to still have everything here, games, films, music, everything in one central place. The only difference is my vinyl. I put my records in my living room because it's just easier than going into the bedroom every time I want a record. So just convenience. So here we go. Right, so as I say, me and Alex, Blue Tonic 78, we've been good mates now since 2009, I believe, was the first time we got talking on YouTube. Me and Alex talk all the time. We have conversations, DMs on Twitter. And the topic of retro gaming is always top of the board, like it is with most of the people I talk to. And Alex has said many times to me, is there any possibility now that you've got a clean slate that you might come back to it? And of course, I love retro gaming. I love gaming. Full stop. I always have, always will. Grow up with it. I'm 40 next month. 40 years old next month. Jesus Christ, that's old. So old. Don't feel it at all. But, gaming's a part of my life, like all of you guys. It's part of your lives. It's, my generation, that's what we grew up with in the 80s and 90s. I was a Commodore kid in the 80s. In the 90s, I was a Super Nintendo and a PlayStation kid, and I had other consoles as well. In the millennium, I had a PS2, then I went to an Xbox, became an Xbox kid. Then I had a PS3 because I had a 360, so then I went to the PS3, and then this generation I've had both. I just love gaming. Gaming's fantastic. It's easily one of the best forms of entertainment out there. And I love all forms of entertainment. As I say, I love films, I absolutely adore music. Can't live without it. And I love gaming. So I always enjoy playing the games, and the collecting was always the issue because it played havoc with my mental health. It played havoc with my finances for sure, because I did definitely let it get out of control. And we've been through it all before. But everyone, if you've been in that position yourself, that situation, you know how easy it is to let it slip and to just buy everything, like a kid in the candy store. You just like, I want that console, that console, that console. I want that special edition. I want this import version of this particular game, or I want this game because of the artwork, or I want this version variant of a console, whatever it may be. You end up just going down a rabbit hole, and you either are able to live with it, and there are people I know on YouTube that are quite happy doing that and buying all kinds of stuff. Doesn't really affect them, they just enjoy the hobby and they go on with their lives. And there's people like me who it kind of killed. So it crushed me a little bit. But yeah, as I say, me and Alex always talking. I'm always talking to Retro Dave Nintendo as well, and I talk to all the other lads like Honus Deloro, Cybersnake 7, 16-bit Brit, 16-bit Rob, 16-bit Robin. No, it's not. It's fucking hell. What's Rob's name? Champion 2D Rob. Jesus Christ, what was I thinking? Sorry, Rob. Champion 2D Rob. Who else is there? Shock 16, of course. Adam. And there's people on Twitter as well, like King Arthur, Tom, really top bloke. Riddler as well, Riddler on YouTube, and Luke as well, which I can't remember what your bloody YouTube name is at the moment, Luke, because you always change it. Legendary Luke, I think it is. I think that's right. And then there's the other Luke as well, 16-bit Luke. And there's my good mate Murray as well. I'm always talking to on Twitter, top bloke. So yeah, I've really kept my hand in and spoken to a lot of retro guys. I'm always talking to them and making good friends. It's great. And you know, if you've been following me on Twitter, you know what's coming up. And I think you probably guess if you don't follow me on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, by the way, and you do want to, I do a lot of, well, not a lot of, but I like to talk on there. I like to DM. I like to tweet the odd random shit and put photographs up of things that I may have bought and things like that. So if you want to follow me, it is just simply at Snestastic_YT, because somebody that would use Snestastic, bastards. If it's you, sorry. But yeah, basically, I'm back into the retro scene. So yeah, simple as that. Now, there was a lot of discussion for several months with me and Alex about what I was going to do and how I was going to approach it, and if I was going to get into it, what was I going to buy. Now, naturally, as you know from previous videos, I used to collect American Super Nintendo and built a substantial box collection around about 124 to 126 games. I can't remember exactly. Most of them were pretty much mint, and if they weren't, they were very close to mint. And I absolutely loved it. You know, the Super Nintendo, as you know, is my favourite console of all time. Buying the US games was incredible. I loved every minute of it. It was brilliant. I loved, but because I've gone back since I've been off YouTube and watched some of my videos, and watching some of those early videos, like package videos that people don't really do now. You see the odd one now and again occasionally, but most of the time you don't. But yeah, watching those videos was nostalgic and really cool. It kind of reminded me of why I enjoyed making YouTube videos. Those times when I used to get a package in the mail, and as soon as I'd get it, I'd rush to go to the game room, get the camera on, and unbox it live and to film my reaction. And the jogger's just gone past again, and she just looked at me like, what the hell is he doing? I mean, it's 2017, people know what YouTube is. Anyway, so yeah, it was kind of cool going back and watching my old videos actually. It's kind of weird as well, but yeah, memories. Psychotic dog walking past. Not on its own, obviously. So yeah, I had a think, and I did a lot of research because I looked into the American games and thought, can I get back into American Super Nintendo? No, I can't. Prices have gone sky high. They're absolutely crazy. Some of the games now, people are asking absolutely ridiculous money for. And unfortunately, a lot of people are using the eBay global shipping program, which, if you don't know, adds the import tax before you even get to the checkout. So if you have, like, say, a $50 game, you pay $50 for the game, $20 to ship it, that's $70, and then maybe another $40 in import tax before it even leaves America. So you get close, you know, to paying basically double the price of the game. And it's just too expensive. It's far too expensive to get involved in. And I looked at all the games I wanted and I just thought, no, there's just no logic to doing it. It's just too expensive. So then I looked at Japanese Super Famicom. Now, obviously, in the past, I started collecting back in 2003, 2004 time. I started collecting with the Super Famicom and the Japanese Mega Drive. I have subsequently, in other years, not too long ago actually, around about, was it 2014, 2015? I really don't remember, somewhere around there. When did I sold my American collection in 2014, I believe it was. So it would have been, yeah, 14, 15 when I got, anyway, whatever. I bought a couple more Super Famicom games to try that. And the Super Famicom market is still the dirt cheap Super Nintendo market to go for. Has the fantastic artwork, you know, the cartridge is great, the machine looks great, it's just like our pal Super Nintendo. And the price is dirt cheap. I mean, for the majority of games. There are games, exceptions of course, like all regions for all consoles. Super Toy can be an exception when they want 300 quid for a box copy. Crazy. It's probably more than that now. It kept going up for some reason. But yeah, I looked at the Japanese and I thought, well, I could easily go to Super Famicom, but is it going to make me happy? Am I going to want to collect for it? Probably not, no, because I've never really stuck with it in the past. The first time I ever started collecting, when I bought the Super Famicom, I built up a decent collection. This was when I lived in Birmingham years ago. As I say, like 14 years ago now, 13, 14 years ago. So I had a really nice boxed Super Famicom mint collection. I mean, come on, Super Famicom games are so easy to get mints. The majority of them are. It's hard to get a damaged one more than anything. And so, yeah, I just thought it's just not going to work. I'm not going to enjoy collecting it. Alex kept saying to me, are you sure, Pete, if you go Super Famicom, are you going to really enjoy it? And he knew that I wasn't, and I knew I wasn't. And I thought, no, I can't. And then I thought, well, what do I do then? Because if I'm going to do some retro gaming and collecting, the Super Nintendo has to be it. My name is Snestastic. It is my favourite console of all time. So what do? Because if you know me, I've got a whole thing about the whole 17.5% faster NTSC, the 60Hz full screen experience. But when I was talking to Alex, because Alex, if you watch Blue Tonic 78, and if you don't, you really should, because he's brilliant. Easily one of the best retro YouTubers out there. I was saying that he's one of my best mates, so I'm kind of biased, but he's a really nice bloke. He's really funny, great to watch. So go and check his channel out if you haven't seen it. Probably pop up there actually. So yeah, Alex, what was I saying now? I just lost my bloody train of thought. God, that's annoying when that happens. You just go pop because you think of someone else and go off on a tangent, come back and realise you don't know where the hell you were. Great stuff. Anyways, Christ's sake, honestly. The hell was I saying there? Yeah, because Alex, that's it. Cause I think it was about Super Famicom, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. I was talking to Alex, and that's what I was going to say. Alex is a PAL Super Nintendo collector. He's got a really good size, substantially nice collection of PAL Super Nintendo games, which he's promising to do a video for shortly. He always does his pickups, but he's promised to do a Christmas, I think it's Christmas collection. That'll probably be when we get the video, but really looking forward to that, Alex, when you do it. And so we had a lot of discussions back and forth about this whole situation, the collecting, the Super Nintendo, all of that. And that spurred me on then, because as a kid, well, as a teenager, because it came out in 1992 here in April, didn't it, the Super Nintendo. As a teenager, I have a lot of nostalgic memories of playing both PAL and American and Japanese versions of games, because I had a PAL SNES myself. I had the Super Mario World Pack, which I had a paper round at the time, so I saved up, bought that. My mate Brian, who was I don't know if he was a few years older than me, he was a bit older than me. I think he was a few years, because he was working and doing all that sort of thing. So yeah, he must have been a fair few years older than me, older than I thought. In fact, he might have been 18 actually, and I was like 15, so yeah. Anyway, point is, Brian had a Super Famicom, and he also had a Machicom, which if you don't know, is a device that plugs into the Super Famicom and lets you pirate games onto 3.5-inch floppy disks, like Amiga disks. So I used to play a lot of American and Japanese games around his house that were either pirated or he'd actually bought the legit import, which he used to do occasionally. And back at my place, I had a PAL Super Nintendo, Super Mario World, and the only games I actually owned as a kid were Super Pro Protector, Castlevania 4, Super Mario World, and Street Fighter 2. I don't even think it was Turbo, I think it was the gold box standard Street Fighter 2. And weirdly enough, I did find out after reading my diaries last year, this is really strange because I don't even remember this happening, but apparently in 1997, and I got a PlayStation, which I made a video about, but also in 1997, for some reason, I was in Birmingham City Centre and on a whim decided to buy a Super Nintendo Starring Pack with, I think it was Castlevania and Pro Protector. So I must have been having a bit of a nostalgic moment and just thought, bollocks, I'll splash some cash. I don't remember doing that. It's really weird, but apparently I did. So I wrote it down, so that it must have happened. So yeah, so after all of the discussions and the thought and the investigation into the retro scene at the moment, what the prices are like on the Super Nintendo scene and the market and where I'm going to go and what I'm going to do, talked to Alex a lot, I started watching Bad Influence again. And I watched Bad Influence the other year. I watched all 4 series. And I thought, I'm going to sit down and watch all 4 series again. I love that show. It's absolutely brilliant. And it's especially, well, the first 3 series are. The 4th series, it's not good, man. No Z-Right, no Namrud, which really pissed me off because I love Namrud. It's the favourite part of the show. He's absolutely brilliant. And Violet Berlin got shafted and they brought Sonia Soul in. Christ knows why they did that. But she's hot. But yeah, it wasn't as good as Violet and Andy. Anyway, so I'm watching a lot of Bad Influence and I'm watching the kids reviewing the games. And I'm watching the games and I'm going, you know what, PAL games ain't that bad. They don't seem to be running that much slower. They are, apparently. But I mean, some were optimised, some weren't. But the borders are not that bad. The music sounds all right. It isn't like when you see Sonic on the Mega Drive and it sounds like Sonic slitting his wrist compared to the American and Japanese versions. And I thought, this is weird. So I'm watching a lot of that, and the more reviews I'm seeing of different games, and I'm thinking, well, I've played the American and Japanese version. I can't tell a lot of difference other than the fact you've got borders on the PAL version because of the PAL signal. I did watch a video about PAL and NTSC, which was fascinating. I was talking to Irish Nerd Life about that, Alan. I found that really interesting because I don't know too much about the technical side, and it was interesting to see the differences. And of course, as far as I'm aware anyway, PAL, you get a better resolution because there's more lines, which is good. So the games should look better. And I was watching all the Bad Influence stuff, and then I started going on YouTube and watching PAL collections and pickup videos, and watching, there's a guy, a European guy, I can't remember what his name was now, he's the only one I could find who was doing actual gameplay on a real hardware with a CRT. And I watched like Mickey's Magical Quest and a few others, and I was like, well, there's nothing wrong with them. They look absolutely fantastic. The graphics look really nice and bright. The colours look gorgeous. The borders aren't that bad. The music sounds fine. The game seems to run fine. So I'm thinking, I don't understand what the problem is there. So in the end, I went, bollocks to it. If I'm going to go on Super Nintendo, it's partly nostalgia as well. I'm going to go PAL Super Nintendo. So pretty much, you probably worked this out about half an hour ago. But yes, I've decided I'm going to buy PAL Super Nintendo games. And it seems to be a bit of a trend at the moment. I know there's like Daz Cajonas Deloro, there's James Monkey Spaz, there's obviously, as I say, Alex Blutonic 78. There's a couple of other people, I don't know if they've mentioned it in their video, so I won't mention them, that I know of that are buying PAL. There's obviously Adam, 16-bit Brit, is a big PAL SNES collector and Mega Drive collector. So yeah, PAL SNES is doing the rounds big time at the moment. I know Daz has alluded to this in one of his videos recently. And yeah, I've got to say, since I got into it, I've absolutely loved it. It's absolutely fantastic. There's, I've had no problems at all. I have picked up a couple of games which I won't show in this video. I'll save that for a pickups video. But very impressed actually. I mean, it could just be me trying to convince myself, but I know that the resolution is better on PAL, and you do get extra lines that you don't get on NTSC. And so to me, obviously the machine is optimized, well, created for the PAL TV system, so it should look better anyway. Then I would assume should look better than playing an NTSC system for a PAL NTSC TV. I don't know if that's accurate, probably not. But to me, the colours look brighter and everything looks really crisp and sharp. And I've got a nice RGB cable as well from RetroGamingCables.com. Best cable manufacturer out there, absolutely fantastic. Had loads off them over the years and they're great. So yeah, anyway, I will show you the console that I picked up. Now, I haven't managed to get a Super Mario World pack, which is the big nostalgic one I wanted to get. So you can guess what I did get. It is, of course, and it's in a box protector, so it'll probably get Glare City, but yeah, Starwing. Had to get the Starwing pack, of course. It's absolutely fantastic. Really nice condition. The box is alright, it's not brilliant, but like Daz was saying in his video when he picked his Starwing pack up, you've got to be realistic about it. You know, as long as it looks like it would have looked if you'd have had it in the 90s and kept it until now, that's what matters. And the most important thing for me is that it's not torn to pieces, which it isn't, which is good. It's got some wear in that, but that's fine. But most of all is that the console isn't yellow, because, you know, SNESes are a pain in the ass for yellowing. This one is mint. There's no yellowing whatsoever. The console's great. It's got paperwork, the controls, everything's there. Very happy with it. There's no stun fade to the box, which is excellent. Very happy with that. It's just absolutely fantastic. I love looking at the PAL boxes, because the PAL console boxes, for me at least, are the best ones the console boxes are, because I've just said that twice anyway. The Japanese ones are really boring, they're just basic. It's got a drawing of the Famicom, nothing special. American one has got a few different variants. The Killer Instinct one's really cool, the Donkey Kong Country one's really good, cool. But they're so detailed. I mean, you've got, you know, the picture of Fox there with the console, and you've got an R-Wing flying by, or a couple of R-Wings. You've got the Starwing logo. Yeah, Starwing, not Star Fox. There's pictures of the planets on the top. On the back, you've got all of the characters. You've got Fox, Peppy, Falco, Slipper. You've got screenshots of the game. The screenshots are really nice resolution as well. Look really good. Unlike PAL game boxes, for some reason, some of the screenshots look a bit ropey. I think Blue Sonic was talking about Alex. Some of them look like they're really blurry, like they just didn't make an effort. But anyway, yeah, I got a Starwing pack, absolutely fantastic. So very happy with that one. So what I did forget to mention was, before I bought the Super Nintendo, I remember I've been away for 8 months, so these have been picked up over a while. I haven't just picked these up yesterday. Before I got a Super Nintendo, another system came up. Now, I decided that the two systems I was definitely going to get, and there's a couple I may get, and I was trying to work out what I want to do. Now, what I decided I was going to do, I'm only buying cartridge machines. I'm not getting involved in disc media, because except for one machine, which is not really a machine, I'll talk about that in a second, but mostly I just want to stick with cartridges because they're my favourite era, and they load quick and you don't piss about. You can just play the games, and most of my favourite games are on cartridge, so there you go. So yeah, obviously the next machine I picked up, because 16-bit is my favourite era, I picked myself up a really nice Mega Drive. And this is the the Altered Beast pack. Lovely condition box. I was absolutely blown away by this. I can't believe this is immaculate all the way through. Polys are intact. Everything's bagged. Console is nice. Got a few scratches, but nothing major. Yeah, really, really nice. I went for that pack because I wanted to get a high definition graphics model because obviously they got the best audio because they gimped it later on. Now you can either get the standard ones, just the console no game, or you can get the Altered Beast pack, which I got obviously. Yeah, very happy with that. Mega Drive's brilliant, loving it. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about any games that I might have picked up for any systems either, so I'll do pick up videos. That way it gives me a reason to make a video, and it gives you something to watch as well. Right, so I have picked up 2 more systems, and I'll quickly show you them, and we'll wrap this video up. So the first one I picked up, couldn't believe my luck when I found this. The condition of this is insane, and it is, the wrong way around, but it is an NES challenge set with Super Mario 3, and these are all PAL systems, by the way. Yeah, this is ridiculously pristine. I mean, this is like 30 years old now. The condition is incredible all the way through. The polys, the bags, the console is mint. I mean, literally mint. There's not a mark on it. Everything is absolute beautiful condition. So yes, very happy to have the NES, and it will be getting RGB modded at some point now. I wasn't going to do it because it's such a mint system, but I've seen the work of the guy I'm going to get to do it, and he does do a very neat job, so I don't feel so bad about it. Plus, I can't play it on RF and composite. RF I can kind of bear, composite looks shit, and composite's a better signal than RF, but on the NES, it's rough. Okay, so that's those 3, and I picked up one more system, and it is, if I go, it's not glaring up too much, I'll find out when I look at the video, but the next one I got is the N64. Yeah, I love this system, always have done. I had one briefly in the 90s, so it has got nostalgic memories for me, because I only had Mario 64 and GoldenEye, and I played the shit out of GoldenEye. I mean, I just playing it daily, and I love it, and I still love it today. I still think personally, I know a lot of people will disagree with me, but I personally think the game looks really good still, and it plays really good, it's really smooth, and it's fun, and the sound effects and the music are just super nostalgic, and just like even the intro, and that music, that FUD, and it. Right, sorry about that, guys. The old Galaxy decided to cut out again. Apparently, you can only record half an hour. Shows how rusty I am. So yeah, it's getting a bit misty-eyed on the old GoldenEye there, aren't I? Yeah, great game, great system, the N64. I really love it. One of my favourites. And it's funny because I only owned it for a short while back in the day in the 90s, and I only had 2 games, Mario 64 and GoldenEye. Yeah, it means so much to me. And the controller is my second favourite controller of all time. I absolutely adore it. I know it's a Marmite controller for most people. For me, I'm definitely in the camp of loving that controller. I think it's absolutely superb. The analog stick does take a bit of getting used to because it can be very, very sensitive. But once you nail it, when you play Mario, it's just perfect. When you get that perfect precision analog and you're creeping past the plants, it's yeah, nothing better. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to end this video and just say I'm back. I will be making regular videos, and that is a promise. I'm not just going to say that and not do videos. I will be making. I'm not going to give you a schedule because obviously I make videos when I want to make videos, and I don't want to feel pressured and just make any old crap. I want to make videos that might interest you. There are going to be pick-up videos coming up. I do have some of those planned, so I'll be making those as and when. At the moment, I'm still very busy unpacking the house and getting everything ready and getting settled in my new home. So bear with me for a minute, but I will be coming back with videos as soon as I can. So hopefully I will try my best to try and get one out for next week if I can. It's Thursday now, so we'll see. But if I can, I'll do that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It hasn't been too long and you haven't got bored. Thank you very much for made it to the end. And I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's stuck with the channel. And especially want to say thank you to everybody who interacts with me on Twitter and people who I'm good friends with who have kept in touch with me as well. It's really appreciated. All of those conversations and little interactions make a big difference to my life. So thank you guys, really appreciate it. And yeah, you'll see me again soon. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.